Hi guys, once again welcome back to Active Education Pro. Today this is an interesting video. In this video I am going to compare the three types of special types of quadrilateral. One is parallelogram, the second one is rectangle, and the third one is last but not the least, this is square. In my last three video series already we have discussed about parallelogram, rectangular, square, that to be individually. One video for each quadrilateral. One video for parallelogram, next video for rectangle, and another one, the third one, the last one is for square. But in this video now I am going to compare the similarities, the difference between the three quadrilaterals. Why rectangle cannot a square, why square cannot a parallelogram, why parallelogram cannot a square, this type of comparison. So let's start. First, for this comparison, first to get the similarities between these three quadrilaterals, we have to draw picture of three types of quadrilateral: parallelogram, rectangle, and square. So let's draw. So these are the three quadrilaterals: A, B, C, D a parallelogram, P, Q, R, S a rectangle, and W, X, Y, Z is a square. In a parallelogram, you know very well, opposite pair of sides are parallel and equal to each other. Parallel and equal. So here A, B and C, D parallel and equal. So here AB is equal to CD, and here AD and BC are the another pair of opposite sides. So here AD is equal to BC, and AB parallel to DC, AD parallel to BC. By putting arrow mark here, I show you that the opposite pair of sides are parallel to each other. In the next figure, rectangle, sides properties for rectangle, that opposite sides are same. Opposite sides are same. Here PQ is equal to RS and QR is equal to PS. But in a square, all the sides are same. So WX is equal to XY is equal to YZ is equal to WZ. If you first follow the conditions, the property for sides of a quadrilateral, in parallelogram quadrilateral, AB parallel to DC and AB is equal to DC. So here and AD is equal to BC, and AD and BC are parallel to each other. So here it is a parallelogram. So next, see here that PQRS rectangle can satisfy the conditions of a parallelogram ABCD. If PQ is equal to RS and PQ parallel to RS, and PS is equal to QR and PS parallel to QR. You know very well, in a rectangle opposite pair of sides are equal, and of course they are parallel to each other, because in a rectangle the adjacent sides meet at 90 angle, meet at and right angle. So here PQ, PS, the adjacent side of this quadrilateral, this rectangle makes an angle of 90 degree, and here S angle is also 90 degree, because PS and SR meets at the point S and make an angle of right angle, make an angle of 90 degree. So here if you add P angle and S angle, then the sum result will be 180 degree, which proves that PQ parallel to RS, because P and S are the one-sided interior angle of a parallel line. If PQ and SR is parallel to each other and PS is a transversal line, then P and S are the one-sided internal angle of these two parallel line. So here it satisfies the condition of one-sided interior angle, sum of one-sided interior angle, that is 180 degrees. So PQ parallel to RS, PQ parallel to RS. Similarly, we can prove that PS parallel to QR. So in a rectangle, it satisfies the condition of parallelogram. Parallelogram says that opposite pair of sides are parallel and equal, and we know that in a rectangle opposite sides are same, but here we prove that opposite sides are parallel to each other. So rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. It is a special type of parallelogram. Okay, if in a parallelogram one angle is 90 degree, one angle is 90 degree, then the parallelogram must be a rectangle. The next picture, this is square. In a square, we know very well all the sides are same, and yes, of course, each angle is 90 degree. So we can prove that WX parallel to ZY, WX parallel ZY, and WZ is equal to XY, similarly as like as the PQRS rectangle. So here we know WX is equal to ZY and WZ is equal to XY. So it satisfies the condition of parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel and same. Opposite sides are parallel and same. So this square is a parallelogram. It is also a special type of parallelogram. Parallelogram rectangle is also a special type of parallelogram, and square is also a special type of parallelogram. A parallelogram cannot be a rectangle, but rectangle is must a parallelogram because it satisfies all the conditions of a parallelogram. Look here, if in a particular parallelogram, the angle, one of the interior angle is 90 degree, if one of the interior angle is 90 degree, then the parallelogram must be a rectangle. Here I put here if. If one of the interior angle is 90 degree in a parallelogram, if one of the interior angle is 90 degree, then the parallelogram must be a rectangle. How? Just see here, if one of the interior angle is 90 degree, suppose this A angle is 90 degree, then C must be 90 degree because opposite angles are same. Similarly, B and D are same. So here it is also 90 degree and it is also 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. And you know very well opposite sides are same and each angle is 90 degree. So yes, it is a rectangle. If in a parallelogram one of the interior angle is 90 degree, then the remaining three angles having same carrying equal value, which is 90 degree, and opposite sides are same. So this parallelogram must be a rectangle. So a parallelogram sometimes cannot be a rectangle, but a rectangle must be a parallelogram. Look here, if in this parallelogram this angle is 70 degree, if this angle is 70 degree, then it is just a parallelogram. It cannot be a rectangle. But here in this rectangle, each angle is 90 degree, opposite angles are same, opposite pair of sides are same and parallel. So compulsory PQRS rectangle is a parallelogram. But here the value of angles A is 70 degree. So this parallelogram is not a rectangle. For sometimes a parallelogram cannot be a rectangle, but a rectangle must be a parallelogram. So remind this line, a parallelogram cannot be a rectangle, but a rectangle must be a parallelogram because rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. Already we mentioned it here. Rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. So similarly here square. A square, if in a parallelogram having each angle 90 degree and each side is same in value, each side is same in length, then the parallelogram must be a square. Here I write it. If in a parallelogram, having each angle of 90 degree and all sides are same and parallel, then it is a square. Box of it, because it is the highlight for this chapter. Here, if in a parallelogram having each angle of 90 degree and all sides are same and parallel. So let's draw a parallelogram for this condition. A parallelogram having each angle of 90 degree and all sides are same. So here all sides are same and angles is 90 degree. Each angle is 90 degree. So look here, this angle is this side is equal to this side, this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. Okay, and you know all the sides are same and all the angles are 90 degree. All the angle having each one value which is 90 degree. So here this is a square. So like rectangle, a parallelogram, for some conditions a parallelogram cannot be a square, but a square must be a parallelogram. Because look here, in a square, here this is a square, wxyz is a square. Wx is equal to zy, wx parallel zy, wz is equal to xy and wz parallel to xy, and opposite sides, this is 90 degree, so of course each angle of square is 90 degree. Here y is 90 degree, x is also 90 degree, so w angle is equal to y angle, which is the opposite angles, and z and x are also opposite angles like w and y. So opposite angles are same and opposite sides are parallel to each other and same in length. So which is the property of a parallelogram? So square is also a special type of parallelogram. Like this same condition, if this angle is 70 degree, so it cannot, if this side is same, suppose think a b b c c d a d, all the sides are same like a square, but condition here, angle of condition for angle that 70 degree, angle is not 90 degree, so it is not a square. But this square conditions satisfies the conditions of a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel and equal and opposite angles are equal, so it is a parallelogram, but it is not a square. So square is also a special type of parallelogram, rectangle is also a special type of parallelogram. And the next similarities between, find out the similarities between rectangle and square. First we find out the difference, the similarities between rectangle and parallelogram. The next one is square and parallelogram. From this similarities, from this observation, we found that rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. Sometimes parallelogram may be is a rectangle, but rectangle all the time, anytime, every time rectangle is a parallelogram. Similarly, maybe parallelogram can be a square. It is not guaranteed, it is not compulsory that rectangle, that parallelogram is a square. Parallelogram cannot be a square, but square is a parallelogram, must be a parallelogram. Rectangle and square both are satisfying the conditions of sides, the conditions of angles of a parallelogram. So both rectangle and square are a special type of parallelograms. Okay, so next see the similarities between rectangle and square. Here there are two quadrilaterals, one is ABCD and another is PQRS. Here ABCD is a rectangle and PQRS is a square, and you know AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC, and in a square all the sides are same. PQ is equal to QR is equal to RS is equal to PS, and each angle of rectangle is 90 degree, and of course in a square it is also 90 degree. Each angle is 90 degree. So let's check, let's find out the similarities and the differences between square and rectangle. In a rectangle, if there will be conditions that you have to draw a rectangle having four sides of equal length. If in a rectangle all the sides are same, then it is a square. Look here. In a rectangle, all the sides are same. So draw a rectangle for these conditions. Rectangle, all the sides are same. And you know each angle is 90 degree for a rectangle. This is a rectangle. Here I draw a rectangle having equal sides, all equal sides, 4 equal sides, and you know angle of a rectangle is 90 degree. So now see here, this rectangle is a square, because squares, all sides in a square, all the sides are same and all the angles are same, which is 90 degree. Each angle is 90 degree. So here, just like parallelogram, rectangle and square, that parallelogram cannot be a rectangle, but rectangle is mostly parallelogram. Similarly, a rectangle is not a square. A rectangle cannot be a square, because if the adjacent sides differ, if the adjacent sides length of adjacent sides, here AB is greater than AD, so that AB is the length and AD is the width or breadth. AB is the length and AD is the breadth. But here PQRS, here length and breadth are same. In a square, PQRS, length PQ and breadth PS are same. But in this rectangle, AB is greater than AD, because length is greater than breadth. If in a rectangle length is equal to breadth, all the sides are same, means length is equal to breadth, then this rectangle must be a square. So sometimes maybe a rectangle is a square, but square, all times square is a rectangle. It satisfies all the conditions of rectangle. Rectangle side condition that all the opposite sides are same. So here in a square, opposite sides are same and each angle is 90 degree. So here it is a rectangle. So you can write here, square can be a rectangle, but rectangle cannot be a square all the time, always. Again I repeat it, if in a rectangle all the sides are same, otherwise length and width both are same, then this rectangle is a square. So sometimes rectangle may be square, but all the time square is a rectangle. Square can be a rectangle, whereas rectangle cannot be a square. It is not compulsory that rectangle can be a square, rectangle must be a square. So this is the similarities and the differences between the rectangle, parallelogram and square. In my next video, we will learn about the next type of quadrilateral, which is rhombus. So thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like, share and comment on my video and press the bell icon for latest update. Thank you.